Fallon,
Yeah.
I was wondering for Mother's Day, did Olive, in fact, remember your name?
She did remember my name.
Omo?
Yes, the Omo. She's still calling me Omo. Yeah, it was a pretty good Mother's Day. She was really upset that the whole day had to be about me. She just kept saying, when is Olive's Day? And I'm like, every day is Olive's Day. So other than that, she only cried every time we went anywhere I wanted to go. She didn't want to go to the garden center. She didn't want to go to the grocery store. She didn't want to go to breakfast with me until I told her there were pancakes for her.
So basically, Mother's Day was like any other day.
It was, yeah.
Roll the open.
Every day, every day.
Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. Every day, every day. We do it our own way. Sing it out every day. Yeah, let's make it a good day. Every day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Now, here's Jason.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Let's get started. Happy Mother's Day to Pam in Sioux Falls right there. There we go. It's like the damn Today Show. Al Roker's going to come out here with some Smuckers. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. I'm Jace. First up, a friendly reminder to anyone about to pop the question. Beware of your surroundings. A couple in New York City got engaged recently. Look at this, with the guy getting down on one knee in Times Square. But he accidentally dropped the engagement ring down the subway grate. Look at this. Look at this. Surveillance video showed him looking around, looking for the ring, but they never found it. Police were able to find it, but then they couldn't find the couple. So they shared it. The NYPD shared it on social media, and they connected. They got the lost ring. That's right.
Great.
The good women and men of the NYPD. That's right. She's my, well, I was going to say bride. She's not.
No,
She's just a friend. It's Fallon, everybody. There we go. I mean, you know. Hello. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Again, the cold open there. I'm glad that Olive kind of, sort of remembered who you were on Mother's Day.
She was very sweet. She made me a card in addition to the one where she spelled my name wrong.
Yeah.
And so it was very lovely, you know,
Yeah.
no complaints. Good Mother's Day. Had a great breakfast brunch buffet, which I always like.
You can hear details about that on our Before the Show show on Facebook Live. We took the Dart to a Twins game, and I think she's watching right now because she has an appointment, but I got to tell you, she tickled me pink because my mom got a little drunk.
Now, and she doesn't usually, right?
My mom does not drink. Like, she'll have a little glass of wine, and she got a little tipsy, and it was I was so full of joy because my mom was just having it. We had such a great day. It was here in Minneapolis. It was a beautiful day. We went to Target Field, and I like to take her to the games, and she was as cute as a little bug in a rug. We ordered a glass of Pinot Grigio, and then the bartender came back around. She another round, guys. My mom's like, yeah, another round. I'm like, okay, Tar.
Yeah.
And then we got her a third, and she did a half of that one. And I'm like,
Okay.
So Colin went like that and was like, look. And my mom started walking. My mom is like this big wet, you know. I mean, she's just a little thing. And I was noticing that my mom starts, you know, Leo, take camera 5, walking in a straight line, and then all of a sudden she was going like this. Like walking in that direction. So cute. But yeah, it was a great Mother's Day. It was so fun. Yeah, it was a really good one. It was great. We bought a lawnmower.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
So much suburban action.
I am 50 years old, and I've never owned a weed whacker or a lawnmower. We walked into this Ace Hardware, and the woman, her name was Savannah. She looked at us like, "Are you in the wrong store? Like, why are you here?" And we walked. Colin did the research. We got the lawnmower that he had researched, and it was the easiest sale she's ever had. Because we're like, we went that. We'll take the matching weed whacker.
Yeah.
And we got a little combo because you know we have to have it matching.
Yeah.
And then we got home, and then Colin had fun mowing the lawn.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
What? Oh, what did I do? Oh.
Yeah.
Jeff just asked what I did during that time. I was in charge of beverages. That's right, yeah. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it, Leo. Here we go. Woo. First up, May is big decision time for TV networks, all the bigwigs, and 2 high-profile shows just got the axe. First, after just 2 seasons, Bravo's pulling the plug on the rebooted Real Housewives of New York City. RHONY, yeah. Now, here's why this is a big deal in just the pop culture sphere. RHONY has been a flagship show for Bravo since 2008. But fans never caught on to the refresh with all the new housewives, including myself. Now, look, Bravo is not really calling it officially a cancellation. They're just calling it a pause, whatever. And they said they hope to revive the show in the future. I don't know what that means. Here's the deal, Bravo. You messed up by getting rid of the entire cast and manufacturing this new cast. Nobody believed that they were real friends. It was too glossy. They were all, none of them let loose because they were, you know, in this era, it's hard to do what Bravo did in the original Housewives because those wives didn't know what was going on, so they were freer. They were more apt to just not care if their foibles and their flaws were shown. Now, all of these wives have brands they're trying to protect, so we as viewers lose out because they're not as fun as they used to be.
Yeah.
They're all very protective of their image. That's not good reality TV.
No, you got to go to small towns with money. It was like new money.
Yes.
That's where the crazy will come out.
Now, I will tell you, coming up, our special guest, we did not plan. This is perfect booking timing because our special guest today is the OG of the Real Housewives of New York. Jill Zarin will be joining us in a little bit. Yeah. So I will be asking Jill about that. Now, the second show getting canceled isn't a big surprise to me at all. The Peacock, NBC killed off the spinoff of Suits LA, after just 1 horrible season. Despite high expectations, the show really never took off. Look, I've told you this before in my initial review. I loved Suits. I was like you. I didn't watch Suits in its original run. I, like so many of you, discovered it on Netflix, fell in love with the show. What a way to mess up a great opportunity. NBC, you really did. You really peed the bed on this one because you could have, you really just wet the bed because you had this golden opportunity, and you had Suits, which everyone was loving. Millions of people would have tuned in, and you made quite possibly one of the most unwatchable shows I've ever seen. You didn't, I mean, and it was obvious that the people that created Suits LA never watched Suits because the charm of Suits was not present in Suits LA.
I remember from the beginning, you were like, why wouldn't they bring more of the characters over from the original?
Yes.
So
It was the only thing. They called it Suits. The only thing that the two shows had in common were there were lawyers in the building.
Right.
I mean, it could have been anything. It could have been Suits, Muncie, Indiana. It was just a bit. It was not. It was. There was nothing really tying. And when they did try to force Harvey into the show, it looked like a cheap ratings ploy. They really. I'm mad because, like I said, this could have been great. They could have spun off Lewis. They could have spun off Donna. They could, you know what I mean? I mean, Meghan Markle, what is she doing? Making jam? Get her back in there, you know? I mean, I'm sorry, I don't know. I like Meghan, I like you. You're getting enough grief. I like you, but really, come on, yeah.
Megan's busy.
Megan's real busy,
She's
yeah.
real busy.
Sticking with TV, next in the dish, the story of Honey Boo-Boo. After
What? Okay.
After countless reality TV shows, Alana Thompson, better known as Honey Boo-Boo, is getting her own Lifetime movie biopic. And this is not, I am not joking. Look at this.
Just gotta remember to show the belly, okay?
Mama, chill. I don't need no more practice. What did Spencer?
What the devil's going on here?
I'ma be on TV. Mama, they're following me everywhere.
You'll get used to it. Now that we got Mama's little money maker, we about to be rolling in it.
You spent all the Honey Boo-Boo money, $10,000 an episode, just gone.
Think Mama's mad at me?
This is not your fault. It was always the same thing. I wanted Mama, but her love was only transactional. For the first time, I feel free.
I Was Honey Boo-Boo. Premieres Saturday, May 17th at 8. Only on Lifetime.
Wait, I'm confused.
Why are you confused?
Because it's gonna be, it looks like a movie, but then she's gonna have the testimonials also?
No, it looks like an SNL skit, is what it looks like.
But I mean, you have to, I always did feel bad for Honey Boo-Boo. I did, because she's a little kid.
She is.
And
She was, yes.
she's shoved in the pageant world with a mom who was obviously like all in it for the fame, spending her money, and it is sad. It is a little, it's sad when you see stories like that.
Absolutely. I'm not making fun of that, but that movie, that's another reason why I really hope the asteroid comes soon. I just really, Alana narrates the movie, giving insight on her struggle with Mama June, and if you want to watch it, it's Saturday on Lifetime. Yeah.
I do. You know what? I hope Alana at least gets money out of this.
I hope she does too.
If
yeah.
nothing else.
I like Honey Boo-Boo. And didn't the Sugar Bear have like 4 thumbs? Yeah, Sugar Bear. That was one of the quotes was, "I have 4 thumbs." Okay. We're going to take 4 commercials right here. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everybody.
Sugar Bear. I forgot
Sugar Bear.
that was his name.
That was his name. I have 4 thumbs. My buddy Jill Zarin coming up. Meanwhile, welcome back, everybody. More Hot Dish. More Dish now. A really great interview, if you saw it Sunday night on 60 Minutes, about the life and career of Jamie Lee Curtis. And we could have pulled 4 bites from this, but here's one. She shared a story about the harsh reality of Hollywood when she was in her mid-20s. Listen to this.
A cinematographer working on the film criticized the way she looked.
It was like, yeah, I'm not shooting her today. Her eyes are baggy. And I was 25. So for him to say that was very embarrassing. So as soon as the movie finished, I ended up having some plastic surgery.
And how did that go?
Not well. That's just not what you want to do when you're 25 or 26. And I regretted it immediately and have kind of sort of regretted it since.
Even now?
Way so now, because I've become a really public advocate to say to women, you're gorgeous and you're perfect the way you are. So
She has. Absolutely. By the way, Jamie talked about the fact that that surgery led to a painkiller addiction. Curtis has now been sober for 26 years.
Wow.
26 years, yeah. She also talked about, y'all remember her yogurt commercials?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And other endorsements, saying that she did those endorsements to stay at home and be with their kids, because the timeline of that, the reporter from 60 Minutes said, hey, you were coming off of True Lies. You were coming off of A Fish Called Wanda. And think about it. Jamie did commercials before you saw other stars of her caliber do commercials. You didn't see that. Stars would do it in other countries, but in America, the big stars would not lower themselves to do yogurt commercials. Jamie did, and that's why the reporter phrased it like that. She goes, why did you do it? And she goes, I didn't want to make another, I'm paraphrasing, I didn't want to do another movie, but I needed the money, so I did Activia.
I was going to say, quick commercial. Yeah, I feel like the only commercials I can remember celebrities doing were women doing hair color commercials.
Yes.
Which is maybe less embarrassing than Activia, but it always made me laugh so hard when Sarah Jessica Parker would do a hair color commercial. I'm like, yeah, you're definitely putting your head over the sink and washing your hair, Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah.
Like, so ridiculous. Like, she didn't have a hairstylist.
Yeah, growing up, the one that I always remember was Elizabeth Taylor's White Diamonds.
Yes.
What? These have always brought me that. These have always brought me that. Yeah, they ran that commercial like the Cadbury Cream Egg commercial. It just, Next up, the return of Taylor and Travis, and a new reason, and a new reason to pay attention to the Miss Maine pageant. We're talking about those stories and more. Audience, give it up for Branson from TMZ.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hi, Branson. First, let's get this one out of the way. The latest in the Diddy trial. What can we expect today? And it's going to be a busy week in the trial.
Right. Well, it was crunch time as of last week. On Friday, I mean, they were hoping to have this jury, the 12 jurors and the 6 alternates picked. As of Thursday, the judge wanted a speedy jury selection. That did not happen. Opening statements were scheduled for this morning, but 8 a.m. sharp. It kind of bled into this morning, that jury selection. As of right now, I can report that they have chosen a jury, 12 jurors, 6 alternates. They had 45 people that were there this morning in the pool of jurors, and the prosecution and the defense immediately went to strike their different individual picks as that began, and the judge made that go along very, very quickly. So as we're speaking right now, opening statements are going down. This is obviously a very controversial and very sensitive trial. Lots of sensitive different subjects here, so that's why it took so long for them to choose those jurors, because they really had to do a deep dive into each individual juror, because there's just so many sensitive topics here, from abuse to drug use to the sexual nature of sorts. So they really had to narrow that down. We'll have to see where this goes today, but a lot is going to happen this week.
Next, Bill Belichick is playing the supportive boyfriend, or I can't even, the supportive man friend, as his girlfriend hits the pageant circuit. Tell me about this.
Yeah, so over the weekend, the Miss Maine pageant went down, and Jordon Hudson was there, none other than Bill Belichick's girlfriend, 24-year-old Jordon Hudson, and she did not let the haters get to her, because in this pageant, there's a thing called the People's Choice, where they win that, and then they go on to the semifinals to then compete for the Miss Maine title. And I will have to say that Jordon Hudson did not quite get there. She only got 201 votes compared to the others who got as high as 1,200 votes to move on to the semifinals. So it seems like the public perception on her may have caused this. She's got a lot of backlash. Even his family are upset. We all saw that clip where she said, we're not talking about this, in that interview with CBS Mornings. So she's not in the best public opinion right now.
No. No. Finally,
obviously not yours either.
No. Finally, we can all breathe a collective sigh of relief. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are still together, right?
Yes, so since March, we have not seen them. They've been MIA. Fans are upset. They're all worrying, where is Travis and Taylor? But we can breathe that sigh of relief. We saw them out in Philadelphia over the weekend. It's unclear what they were doing there, but Travis was probably celebrating with family, possibly, for Mother's Day over the weekend. But we did see them, photos of them inside of a restaurant. She had a big smile on her face, but she may not keep that smile on for too long. She's got some legal drama to deal with. As of last week, we had reported that she's been subpoenaed for Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively's whole legal drama going on. So she may actually have to testify in that trial or be at least a part of it. So,
if I was... Branson, if I was a skeptical person, I would be like, oh, she got subpoenaed, and then suddenly we have pictures of her kissing her boyfriend. Oh, okay.
I mean,
so look
like
over this direction. That's right.
We've seen them out. We've seen them smiling, all the highly publicized cute date nights. Now all this highly publicized Travis and Taylor out all of a sudden. You're totally right.
That's right. Branson, have a good week. Thank you, buddy. More on all these stories at TMZ.com.
Have you ever done jury duty before?
I thought you were going to ask if I have ever done the pageant circuit. I was like, yeah.
Wow.
I actually have.
What?
I was a host for Miss Minnesota, and a woman, I'll never forget her. She was the mother of Brittany, and she accosted me in the lobby, and she got in my face. She goes, "You were showing favoritism, and I don't like that." Oh. And I was like, well, I don't like your finger in my face. And then, and then I stopped and I thought, Jason, you're getting into a fight with the pageant mom. And but well, what did you ask?
Have you ever done jury duty?
Yeah, I did. I loved it.
Me too. It was very eye-opening in how it's completely different than what I knew. I assumed it would be.
I got removed real quick. You?
Oh, no, I did the full trial.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't too long. It was like a 3-day trial. It took us like 2 days of deliberation. But the thing that was so interesting to me is like it's how the law is written in front of you. So it's not like what you think they're guilty of. It's like it's so, I don't know, it's an interesting breakdown. So there was a lot of confusion because we're like, well, this person's guilty, but not necessarily of this thing they're being tried for. So it was a very, I would say, a good experience. I would never want to be on that trial.
No.
Ever.
They got rid of me. I was like William Hung on Idol. They got rid of me right away. Round 1, out of here, yeah. I looked a little too eager.
She bangs.
She bangs, yeah. Next up, changing my tune. Over the weekend, I got a chance to catch up on season 2 of a show that I haven't been sure about. It's time again for the Jason Show Watch Club. Other shows have book clubs, not us. Season 2 of the Star Wars series Andor premiered last month. I'll be honest, I wasn't digging the new season that much, but things changed after catching up on the latest episodes, specifically episodes 7, 8, and 9 that perhaps you've heard about, you've read about on your social media. Let me just break it down because I never want to leave anyone out. Especially if you're watching our show and you're like, Jace, I don't like Jedi. I ain't a Star Wars person. Here's what I'm going to say to you. The reason why Andor is brilliant is because this story just happens to be set in the Star Wars universe. Creator Tony Gilroy purposely wanted to create a show where, like Fallon talks about and I talk about, you don't feel the pressure of, oh my goodness, I haven't watched all these Star Wars. You don't have to. This is just a great dramatic story. It is layered and nuanced and rich in characters, and it's about Emperor Palpatine grabbing power and while the galaxy just lets him, and unknowing that he's a tyrant. And it's fascinating. It's a political drama, and then yes, there are blasters and stormtroopers, but that's secondary to just a great story. Episodes 8 and 9 of Andor, I know this seems overly dramatic, but I do agree with the fanboys that are saying episodes 8 and 9 of Star Wars Andor is some of the best Star Wars I have ever seen.
Okay.
Period. And that includes the movies. I have changed. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a rumor that Disney hasn't confirmed it, that they're going to, Tony Gilroy has allegedly edited together 8 and 9 into a movie format, and they're going to release it into theaters leading up to the 10th anniversary of Star Wars Rogue One, which this show leads into.
Okay.
Again, audience, I don't want to lose you. Trust me, you don't have to like Star Wars to really enjoy Andor.
Okay.
It's really great. You can watch it right now on Disney+. Before we go to break, Before we go to break, some fun news to share. We've added some new items to the Jason Show store, online swag store. Take a look. You'll find comfortable new sweatpants that Fallon basically designed in a variety of colors. That's right.
I will not take credit.
Yep. A workout shirt that I was asking for, and plus a pair of stemless plastic wine glasses. Gee, I wonder whose idea that was. Perfect for a day at the beach, out on the pontoon or whatever, but there's also bags, keychains, cigarette lighters, and more. I'm just joking. Head to the yeah, these are really cool. I think you'll like these. Head to the oh, I have my shirt down here too. Or is this my...
I think Bjorn put a shirt in there.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, a little workout shirt with a little logo right there. Yeah. Head to jasonshowstore.com to do a little shopping. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everybody. She is the OG of New York. Coming up in just a little bit, our special guest today from the Real Housewives of New York, Jill Zarin. What does she think of the Bravo cancellation? And find out how Jill built an empire, truly. Plus the mailbag when we come back. Oh, I'm so excited. My girl. I woke up this morning and I was like, I look forward to coming to work every day, but today's one of those days where I was like, oh, I get to interview my next guest. She is an original member of the Real Housewives of New York. I'll add to it, there wouldn't be a RHONY without her. She's also an incredibly successful home decor businesswoman, making luxury attainable for everyone. Audience, give it up for my buddy, the great Jill Zarin, everybody.
Thank you guys. You're amazing.
Hi,
You're
sweetheart.
Amazing. Look who I got. I got Bossy.
Look. Hi, sweetheart.
Say hi, Bossy. She
Hi,
the cutest thing you ever saw?
Look.
Is she the cutest little thing you ever saw?
I don't know who's cuter, you or the dog. It's like it's
definitely the dog. Definitely the dog.
How you doing, sweetheart?
I am so good. I'm in Boca. It's raining today a little bit. First time I've seen rain in like 3 months, but it's all good.
Good. Okay, you know what? You know the first, I mean, we have so much to get to, but let's just...
I know.
When the news broke on Friday, Jill, I almost did DM you. I'm like, oh, perfect time to book you, because what's your reaction? I mean, for the first time since 2008, there will be no RHONY on Bravo. What do you think of this?
Well, you know what? You're the first person I'm talking to. I saved it for you. I said nothing. All the other housewives, not all of them, many of the housewives had comments to say. I said nothing. First of all, I don't think what people realize is what they're reading into is that there were the upfronts, which is the it's when the networks pitch the advertisers to sell for their shows. And then they share with them the shows that they have coming up next season. So RHONY wasn't on it because they haven't shot RHONY. To me, that doesn't mean it's canceled at all. To me, that's just reading into it that they didn't announce it. That's my truth. I don't think it's canceled. I think that they're taking a beat. I think they're trying to recast. I think they've got a couple of girls they want to still work with. But my boyfriend, Gary, who's the most hysterical person you've ever met. If you follow me on social media, you see Gary's like so ridiculous. Gary. And he's so funny. He's so funny. By the way, the other day, I'm not home, and he put some bath to digress, and he blew the whole bathroom up with bath soap. I mean, Gary's like so ridiculous. Anyway, you have no idea. I took pictures of it, but I didn't post it. It's insane. Anyway, he's so funny. He's so funny. He can't help himself. Anyway, he said it should be RHONY South.
Okay.
He thinks it should be Real Housewives of New York South because we're all in Florida.
Okay, if you would see my card, which executive producer Jeff laughed at me. He goes, "You don't need a card for Jill." I go, "I know," but my next question is, did you see Heather? Did you see Juicy Scoop? Heather leaned into this and said, "Look, you're down there."
She was the first.
Yeah, you're down there. Ramona's down there. Now Bethany's down there. Sonia's down there. Sonia, who I just saw here, she's down there. Would you do it? Now, all honesty, Jill, I'm not just trying to make clickbait for either of us. Would you do it with the right circumstance?
Sure, with the right circumstance.
Yeah.
I think I would. Yeah. I mean, you know what? The girls and I are talking. We are talking. And we're all in a different place than we were years ago. And I do think there's a lot going on in our lives that people want to see.
I do too.
I mean, with me, I don't know if you know I'm so involved in pickleball, right? You know, like I'm like
Jill,
deep in pickleball.
Yes. Oh, I know. You know. Please. I know yes. Yeah. There's so many, and I think, Jill, I think they made, and I'm not just saying this for you because I've said it in our Hot Dish segment every time we've talked about RHONY. I think it was a tragic error to just get rid of everyone when they. Don't you?
Yeah, you know what? I would love to ask Andy that. That's the one question I never asked him, and I don't know if he would tell me the truth. You know, I would love to ask him if he thought it was a mistake and if he would do it again. So if you ever see Andy, ask him.
Yeah, I will. Well, on the other side, we got to ask you about your entire empire. Which, by the way, let me lead in with this question. With that, we were talking about this, Jill. You already had the business. Well, you had businesses. You had the shapewear while RHONY was going on. While you were, season 3. Yeah, but was the bulk of it during the pandemic with the mask? Because I remember you were on the show. You and Allie did the mask. Was that really where?
You know, I've been through a lot of iterations, but Zarin Fabrics was my first, obviously. But I'm no longer involved in the business. But the shapewear came and went. I did jewelry. It came and went. They had a good run. They were in department stores. They went 3 to 5 years. But then before the pandemic, in 2017, I started doing rugs.
Yes.
And so the pandemic just accelerated it, but I'm in rugs now 8 years, and it is not stopping. I mean, in fact, I just added wool to the collection. We added some more styles to outdoor. It's on fire, literally. And it's because they're well designed, to be honest. I mean, they're contemporary. They're not traditional, though I have a couple that, I have one that's kind of traditional, but the colors are contemporary. They're affordable, and they're pet proof. Because Bossy likes to wake up every morning and she just decides where she wants to go to the bathroom every day. So I did it out of survival because I was throwing out very expensive rugs and I couldn't take it anymore. So this is one of them I have behind me. And then during the pandemic, my daughter and I started selling masks. That was like our thing. And it just started in my backyard tie-dyeing. And then through my relationships, I was able to get into stores. And, thank God it was a quick run, right? Because we don't want to wear masks, for sure. And I threw everything I had out after because I never want to see one again. And I certainly think that if there was another pandemic, we would not handle it the way we did then. Yeah. Like, we know it didn't really work, right? So in any case, what we did do is start candles because Allison wanted to still work with me. And I had to think of a product that we could sell that was timeless, that doesn't get marked down, and that, has shelf life. Yeah. And there's a few things that do that. One of them is cosmetics, but it's so crowded. There's so many people. Not to say candles aren't crowded. They are, but nothing like cosmetics. No. And you're not dealing with like the big guys, like the L'Oreal and the Maybellines. Candles, it's different. And I have relationships at different stores like TJ Maxx and Ross stores and all those stores. And we were able to sell them candles. In fact, we were doing crystal manifestation candles, but then that sort of had its run too. It just did. I mean, we had all the sayings and it was really fun, but sales started to soften. So I had to, again, reinvent the wheel. So now I wanted to do, I actually go on Instagram often and do polls. And I do ask the people who follow me for help. So one of them was, would you want a candle that's all about smell, about decor, about crystal manifestation? And people wanted decorative candles. So what I came up with is I wanted something reusable. So this was a candle, which is right here lit, right? It's got wax in it. As soon as the wax was low, I just pour it into a jar and then I just wash it out with my hand and I have an empty vessel and I keep my remote control in it. And it's
Look at that! Jill, hold that thought. We got to take a break. More with Jill when we come back. We'll be right back. So much to talk about.
Let's make it.
Head to JillZarin.com for everything we're talking about here. Believe me. Back with Jill Zarin. I have to say, this is, look, Jill ain't paying me. Jill did send me really nice rugs, and I appreciate it. Jill found out, I told her we got a house, our first house. I will tell you, Jill, I will vouch for you. Some celebrities, this is what you wanted to avoid. Some celebrities slap their face on it, don't care, it's just a money grab. Your rugs, I must say, are very nice, my friend. They are very nice.
You know what? I live it. I go to every trade show. I sell it myself. I'm out there promoting it. I also have, by the way, bedding coming out in TJ Maxx this month. And then we've got it in Bells and Ross in about 6 months. They'll be coming in. But by the way, I just want to give a shout out to everyone in Minnesota. I love your state. My best friend lives there. She lives in Deer, I think it's called Deer Path. And I go to Green Lake every summer for a weekend. Every summer, I go to Green Lake. So
and
I
also,
love you guys.
I wanted to tell you, we're like going to be in the fall nearly 30 cities, and we're going to be in Florida. The Jason Show's coming in markets in Florida. We're already in Orlando.
So happy.
But yeah, thank you. Yeah, Jill's. I got to just say another compliment. Jill, when RHONY started, I had just started my radio show, and Jill has. It's really hard when you start off on any show to get guests because people don't know who you are, celebrities don't know who you are. Jill has always been what you see right here. Jill said yes, has appeared on my radio show whenever we've asked her. She's always said yes, and I've always appreciated that about you, Jill. It means a lot to me.
I'm so proud of you. I can't tell you, I'm kvelling. Yiddish word for like so happy. Kvelling. So proud of you. And, you're unbelievable watching you grow. And it's true, I always support people who are starting. It's like kind of my thing. Like I really want to help people. I do.
You do.
It's just my nature.
Who do you go? So go get the rugs. Jill, who do you think? Jill, before we run out of time, who do you think would be the hardest to convince to do any type of new show?
Oh, Bethany won't do it. 100% won't do it. There isn't even, you could give her $10 million to $20 million, she won't do it.
You really?
Because she's in a different place. Yeah, 100%. She doesn't need the money. She doesn't need the fame. She's really, really used the internet as her television. So everything she wants to say, everything she wants to do, she does it herself. And, God bless her, really. I mean, good for her.
Yeah.
I don't have, listen, I tried. We've all tried to do kind of what Bethany, I just can't do that.
Yeah.
I do what I can. I'm not that good at it. So there's no way she would do it. For me, I'm a little lazy. Like, believe it or not, doing a television, I'm not lazy, but doing a television show, they come to my house, they film it, they do all the work. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to edit it. So that's really kind of what it is for me. But I'm not looking for it, but if it fell on me, like everything in my life, I always say yes to everything.
Well,
I do.
Let me just speak for the audience at large. We want it. Obviously, the tepid ratings for the new version shows who the audience wants, and it's the OG. Jill, I love you.
I have to say that I feel bad for them. They were in a no-win situation because when you can't. How do you live up to like these iconic women that you've been watching for 20 years? And so they were really starting. What they should have done is kept a few. They should have kept Luann, Sonia, Dorinda, and added a few more, and Ramona, and added a few more. And Dorinda probably, one of them probably would have left anyway. So I don't know. I just think they made some mistakes, and they can fix it.
They can fix it.
Just listen to what the fans want.
Yep.
Yeah, just listen to what the fans want. They'll tell you what they want.
I love you, Jill. We'll talk soon, love. Thank you again.
Thank you guys.
You can see my rugs on my socials there from Jill. I'll show them. JillZarin.com, everybody, for the full collections. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. Sweetheart. Welcome back, my friends. Oh, if you only knew what happened in that commercial break. Anyway, that's why you should come see us. Comments, critiques, questions, we respond to them all. Let's open up the mailbag. Here we go, Leo. Let's do this.
You got me.
First up, a comment from Deborah. Hi, Deborah. She says, thank you for your show. You and Fallon are real, and your cast of characters really caters to normal folks. If you only knew. You're much better than Kelly and the Mark show. Well, thank you. I like that we don't pit up against each other, but I really appreciate that. It means
her name is spelled like my mom's, so that seems suspicious.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, that's how. I can't imagine she wrote in. But
No. Next, I always love these. A few comments about my wardrobe. First, Sherry is a new viewer from Bourne, Texas. She says, watching your show on the San Antonio station, I've enjoyed it, which is new to our area. Jason, loved the black suit with the black and white tie. You always dress nicely, but today's outfit was exceptional.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
So nice.
Sherry, I'll meet you there. Okay, anyway. Okay, but let's go to Carol. She's not a fan. Jason, are you contractually obligated to wear suits every day? Aren't you bored to death wearing them all the time? I would love to see you in sweater and jeans.
Ooh.
Maybe not every day, but often.
Maybe on a Friday.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Can you know, I'll just have a really quick little vulnerable moment. And that is I did wear sweaters for a period of time. If you go back and you watch reruns from like season 8 or 9, I did. And it was because I've struggled with weight my whole life. And just like Shakira's hips, suits don't lie. And I did not fit. I have about 15 suits, and I did not fit. I only fit in 3 of them. So I wore sweaters during that era because it was the only thing that I was comfortable in, that I would sit in the dressing room and cry because I didn't want to come out here because I would have to wear basically the same 3 suits every day. And so when I look back at that era, I see why I was doing it. I told people it was because I wanted to be casual, but it was really, it was a defense mechanism. Suits, I just feel really nice in, and I'm an old school broadcaster guy. I think if you sit behind a desk like this, you should wear a suit and be nice. I just think, yeah. So.
It is about what you feel comfortable in.
Yes.
Because I mean, I've been asked a million times why I always wear skirts, and I just feel more comfortable in skirts than I do pants.
Yes.
So that's just why.
Right.
Yeah.
Up next, you all loved our latest staff finds episode from last week. Fallon, producer Bjorn, and executive producer Jeff and I all shared our latest grocery or discount store finds. Now, some of you said you were headed to Walmart and Aldi to find the items we loved. Now, but listen to this. The frozen smash burgers that Bjorn got received the most love. Colleen said, I have those burgers in my freezer right now. They're great, and I've bought them several times. Sue says, those smash burgers from Aldi are excellent. And finally, Amber says, I was telling my husband about the segment, and he asked, what did Jeff convince you to buy now?
Okay.
I know what you're going to...
It's so true. Okay, 2 things. I went to Aldi for the first time ever yesterday.
Yes.
I group texted. No, wait, was it Saturday night?
It was
Saturday
over there. It was a couple days ago.
And I group texted, so Bjorn's like, don't forget your quarter. So I didn't forget my quarter for a cart, which is great. First of all, as a first timer, it almost outsmarted me. I didn't know. I was panicked. People were waiting behind me. I didn't know how to get the chain off. So anyway, I figured it out. I'm very smart. And I got so many great deals. The autumn crisp grapes. Chef's kiss.
So good, yeah.
Good. But also, wait till you see Jeff's find on Friday.
Friday's episode is the best thing ever.
Yes. And Jeff, I already have a preview, and I'm like, get ready.
Everyone's
going to buy it.
Everyone's going to want it. Next. Oh, we're going to go to break? Should I go to break?
Should I do the thing? Should I not let you go to a break?
Yeah. We'll be right back, everybody. Back in a moment. Thanks for the comments, everybody. Oh, God. Happy birthday to everyone celebrating in our birthday club. They get that sash. VIP treatment thanks to our partner, Home Furniture. Come see us, eventbrite.com or the Eventbrite app. Come see us. We'll be right back, everybody. Back after these words. Stay with us. I'll let you in on something. You know, we always try to pull back the curtain. It's one of the things I love about doing the show. We were all laughing, all of us, not at her, but with... This is one of the things I love about Jill. She is a hustler. And if you noticed, I said maybe 17 words. And my friend right here got very nervous because every time I would try to interject, Jill's like, and I'm at TJ Maxx and I'm at Home Goods and you can get candles. Jill was working that interview, girl, and I love it. I mean, that's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
That is how you do it. Yeah.
In broadcasting, there's the art of the pause, but that is not a thing when you are trying to push product. No pause. Don't let the host get a chance to break. There was she didn't take a single breath the entire interview, which is very impressive.
That's my girl.
Very impressive. I love her.
We have about a minute left. The other, it's one of my favorite behind-the-scenes stories, and it's very brief. That also was the case with two. We've lost one, but two women that I would have on the radio, my radio show every so often. Marlo Thomas. If you ever interview her, you say, hello, Marlo, and then you say nothing. Because she goes on, and then the late Suzanne Summers. Suzanne would get on there, and I had her on like maybe 5 times. and you would be like, please welcome Suzanne Summers. Hi, so the Thigh Master. And I'm like, oh, wow, she is off. And then 5 minutes later, rap. And I'm like, okay, give it up for Suzanne Summers.
Didn't ask a single question. Okay.
It's the easiest. That and Robin Williams. You never got in a word.
Truth with Robin Williams.
Never.
Ever.
Ever. Hey, tomorrow on the show, it's a refreshing Italian cocktail. Stephanie Hansen is back. It is the cocktail of the summer, the spritz. She's going to show you how to make all different types. That is tomorrow. But right now, that's going to do it for us. Let me thank this fantastic audience today. Thanks to you. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you're doing it wrong. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.